change of leadership. Only vice chancellors who do say na here more KNUST.
Mr. T, I've been at KNUST for 19 years. I worked, Mr. T, 2000 and this is my 19th year, 2008, 14th February, and I'm starting at Juma KNUST. I think I saw, of course, Rita Kusia-Dixon, the immediate past. The present one here, Christian Ejari. Before Rita was Obri Danso. Before Obri Danso was Ellis, Utu Ellis. Before Utu Ellis was Professor Adakwa. Before Professor Adakwa was it Andam?
So Professor Christian Ejari.
Yes, Christian Ejari.
And son no vice chancellor right now on Professor Rita Kusia-Dixon. So how do you see Professor Christian Ejari?
Well, he was my provost.
It was Andam. Okay. So
it was Andam, yeah.
It was Andam, yeah.
All right. Professor Christian Ejari was my provost. He's the immediate past provost of the College of Health Sciences. He did his bit as a vice chancellor. He's a goal-getter. I believe that under the circumstances, they know better me aye they are my college, or established researcher, an efficient educator. I think that essentially these are the things that define him. I believe that he has what it takes to take the university to the next level. I pray that he succeeds in that regard.
Okay. They change Ben now person who came yesterday.
Wow. Well, I believe that the act establishing KNUST gives it a certain mandate. And essentially, it can be captured in three main things: teaching, research, and service provision. I believe that KNUST should be making much more impact in terms of service to the nation and service to the international community than it has. I believe that the people around us in particular should benefit from the research we do, the expertise we have, the knowledge we have. I believe the opportunity to translate the many research going forward. No, there ought to be a translation of the research into reality. See, research no, near publish it, near the promotion. Now, I don't think that it serves anybody well. I believe that occasionally and indeed regularly there should be health outreaches. The communities around the university, spread it and in the past it used to be done when I was a medical student and when I finished medical school early 2000s in Kikahono. Now a kosopa, but a conform. And it was a 70th anniversary, and there's been an outreach by the College of Health Sciences to the communities around the university. I'm only praying that it does not become a 9-day wonder. Na enya dia ebeye regular education on hypertension, diabetes. No, I believe that the university should have people who have the know-how, who have the expertise to spread around the city. This is how no passe. I was seeing experts, various fields. No more meka. A friend is saying, "Sir, no any other conditions." It is only then that you bet me is successful. I believe that whilst success is generally defined as the achievement of set goals, any objectives, there has been a redefinition of success. And it is a measure of the impact, albeit positive, when the people around you and the people far away from you. It is only then because we have been successful at our mandate. So far as teaching goes, there have been a lot of modifications, a lot of modernization has gone on. And one of the good sides of the COVID experience, virtual learning, virtual platforms, and the opportunity it has forced us baby na lecture I think that some of the things that ought to happen in terms of infrastructure we have done well, but there's still more to be done. The University Hospital now, it has the capacity to take a lot of the shoulders of Komfanochi, for example. And I want to believe, government has given every indication. So, the last time on social media, I saw that the Vice Chancellor had visited with the Minister for Education and gave indication of government's commitment to the GET Fund. University Hospital now, it's going to be a specialist hospital, a teaching hospital of sorts. And I'm sure you know, back on Fanochia, there are a lot of university staff. In fact, they are the forefront of specialist care at our hospital. Sure. And you can imagine that be a teaching hospital, and you by all means get it, the creme de la creme. And I think that one of the things that should also happen, I'm looking forward to the university establishing a diagnostic center, a one-stop shop. Test laboratory tests be also as it is, there is none in the city at the moment. And you can't say friends a complete blackout. They call it biochemistry. Ukura no besna kwa kura no nantikoha and I'm say I have what me biochemistry, I have what me hematology. But when you have Nina or baby back, say ultrasound, say MRI, say CT scan, say hematology, say biochemistry, say immunohistochemistry, histopathology, Nina or baby back. And I think that it is doable. And my hope is that KNUST will take the lead in this direction.
Okay. Governance kakra.
Right.
Now, President John Dramani why in the first reshuffle.
All right.
Nekra ne say omo beshase vetting. So far, President, the ministers are no more performance at those.
Well, it could have been better. There may be particular individuals who have done well. But the kind of politics we do in Ghana is such that usually people would see the Nkoye, and it is what they would trumpet. I also believe that there are some of the ministers are almost body language, the kind of language, verbal language they use, sometimes gives you the impression as though they still believe or think that we are in a campaign mode. They forget that they are the helm of governance, and that there's a certain expectation of them, which expectation are different from their friend is saying they know more. The expectations are near when they were on the their friend is saying on the troll. They will say a campaign. But I think that so far, baby, to say city dollar exchange rate, the economy, city dollar exchange rate in the account, depending on who you talk to, and the also they have done well or they may not have done well. Now, the TN says city dollar exchange rate, for example, the year 2025 appreciated by 40.7% the city against the dollar. And the moment you mention that, what you get told is has it reflected in the lives of the people? And rightly so. But you see, we cannot just do away with the figures because it is convenient and concentrate on its impact in our pockets. And then on another occasion, you hear the figures and forget about the impact on our pockets. At best, what we should do is so far as the economy is concerned, there are some positives that have been chalked. Then Oshe Enyamati said the rule of law. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm disappointed. One, the major disappointment had to do with the decision of the Attorney General to enter nolle prosequi on selected cases. And some cases appear to be members of the party who were facing one form of prosecution or another.
I have Dr. Comrado for Collins Dauda cases.
Exactly. I have been tutored. My wife is a lawyer. And I say this with tongue in cheek. Maybe I may say lawyer sexually transmitted.
Yeah, the law. Dry infected.
And sometimes you get a little bit of education here and there. The Attorney General, no, he's at liberty to enter Nole Prosequa anytime and owes nobody an explanation. But what we should understand is that your political space and that there are interpretations and nipa debema sa actions, no. Again, he had a certain style which I thought was inappropriate. Or press conferences to speak to issues about Nkwafo and in the cases are or more against them, even before the cases had been sent to court, and in many instances pronouncing them guilty even before they have their day in court. I think it was most unfair. He insisted, in spite of the condemnation and the criticisms, Addai say obekoswaye. But you will agree with me, say akofom wabre. But what the mention say because any sustainable. I believe this will be a bibia. Accountability is important. Once you have held public office, say if at any point in time there are questions that need answers, now we need the best person to provide those answers. By all means, you have the opportunity to provide those answers. Now, I will say, avail yourself and go and provide those answers. But when it appears, say even before you've had your day, you are pronounced so guilty and go for omuntimi follow to see what the eventual outcome is. Why go nipa no fi? And sometimes say and say, and I'm saying be on your party ni, but karma is real. We are the audio near and no. Ochina Sadiana, yet be bayo. Then again, the issues of Nkwafo the bill terms that are applied to them, and at the Tosumienu, the type of arrests that are made. I am one person who, on any day, Ebekase, there's a need to sanitize our system. Ubi afa microphone synonym, no disabin peninatem. I think it is not right. And no, I'm very many well-meaning people I stay out of politics in Ghana because one PC did not attempt and there will be no remedy. And it appears that as you were mercenaries of mischief and disinformation and misinformation, and one year careful, as some no cray, you becan their torso. Unya kwan you one no, near say wakusi baby. But it appears to me as though, as a one-sided, when individuals who belong to the NDC, Edi Sabin Penia, or more MPP, and now some other political parties at Temoa, and no, they ask you can wash it. You join them and yet said yet, now so did Sabin Penatem, and now Ubi or Bemo Tema. Then hurriedly, am I suggesting that in Gofu did you man Penatema, that's not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that equity begets equity. Say you hearing, see a purge the system of these insults and profanity. The here see a be say I could see ya yencheno. Say ya so ya yencheno. Have you wondered why the vice president and the president so move free swa? You cause you tia omoka as though they are sitting presidents and sitting vice presidents. It's because of their reverence. You war at the moment their importance in society. I believe say nipe di president or teso atem na when here see a friend na mana kwaku yi ni ho anu a senko from bisusu didi ex president atemwa e wo say sankofo na kwan ya de omo mu didi president or teso fast no e wo say de omo fast akwan na so. But I don't see that happening. What I see happening, say when the insults go against NDC and that's all man penny any omo abemusi say ya, then you have the police acting. When it is against Nkwafo omunia bemu, na so sabi omuyam penyimfo anase titiri society mu a ene de na yi ani yemfa sa mumai. And I believe that sa ade no so moye. Then the issue of Galamsey. As you sit here, if you are told say Galamsey has worsened from what it used to be in 2024 about 2025 and 2026, I am sure that without hesitation, Obeka se ane.
Yeah.
A lot of people are disappointed in the government, because, in large part because of Mensah people in this present government in the round-up to the 2024 election. I'm sure you haven't forgotten some Nete George and then Semwa or say a governance issue, and that if the government or the president is minded, within 2 weeks, ABC. How long has his government been in power? Is it not more than 2 weeks? It's still going on. Or say Galamsey, it is because the presidency is involved. There are individuals within the present government who singled out Nanado, singled out Baumia, and said Sanko Fonimieno are involved in Galamsey. And it is homo friwa Galamsey Dibijai. And ne home friwo, se Galamsey ne koswa. Will it be right for anybody to suggest that any president and any vice and so to aswana? I guess that is where the problem is. I am an ardent reader of the posts of Erastus Asaridonko on Facebook and other social media, especially when it has to do with Galamsey. And there is every indication from the reports say Galamsey ne koso. Na nam and sometimes a broad daylight. And yes, so I ask myself the question, and then then again the hypocrisy on the part of many people in society. And Professor Jampu. Professor Jampu. What didn't he say about Galamsey? He mounted the rooftops, shouting his lungs out. And then, when was the last time you heard him talk about issues of Galamsey? Why is that the kind of society we want to build? Sami Jemfi, okay, say okay, press conference, or the various bottles, ACC ho, different turbidity for different rivers in Keka. Very muku because tia me ba no pay modemami. When was the last time you heard him talk about Galamsey? He's quiet. When was the last time you heard Sami Jemfi talk about Galamsey? He's quiet. When was the last time you heard Kwaku Boahi talk about Galamsey? And then again, the CSOs and the media. It appears to many people that the CSOs and the media have gone to bed so far as these fights are concerned. Unim, de da anamoye, eni bre anamo de kansemno. Why are you a media person?
Ebia calm as you say the
Edru obisu dia mokanya, edru obisu dia mabre. Is that it? That is the interpretation out there. Obra enye you. When unim, there are certain mantles which when you don, ebre, a new vocabulary. And do we take it that the CSOs are tired and now omon kan wan sembio? The media is tired and that omon kan wan sembio. Is that it? Media, any CSO ahonkeka. Contrast that with your ahonkeka in 2022, 2023, 2024. Is it the same, big brother? It is not. That is where the problem is. And I say, we are not helping ourselves, and we are not helping government and so. Then again, the 24-hour economy, 24-hour markets. Honestly, from where I sat, I didn't think that 24-hour economy, now a warranty, a concept note, and a policy position, because where people have a need of a certain service, of a certain good, say if it is going to be available at 1 a.m., they will go for it. I have to admit, say government has a role to play, but the way it was couched made it look as if say it was government's sole responsibility of ensuring that Adibia ran around the clock 24/7. And then as we speak, a Nema government will control Osokrano. Has government been able to ensure says Nyamana are available 24/7? The answer is no. I am just hoping and praying that we learn lessons from this. That during campaign times, Kasa Ayeka no and no nemanko for Edi judging. People have expectations of us. And these expectations are not born out of nothing. They are born out of the promises during campaigns. And Addai ne say, and the whole cancer here, you say President Mahama and Kasa and some other person and the kind. But that other person was representing the party. Sabreno. Okay, they can say your no opinion, and that it is not the opinion of the NDC. I am sure they would have reason to say no, he's a bona fide member of the party, he's communicating on behalf of the party. Nenso so there be. And yes, I fan. Is you say ye kase or kasama by now, it becomes an inconvenience. Do you know what happened the last time? I listened to your friend saying the Minister for Agriculture. Eric, I have so much love and respect for him. He knows his onions. But on that occasion when he sat in front of, I think, the Government Assurances Committee, no can say and comfort track namna omekunu akoko na omekunu na enu ane ede breno enye no asem no kind na me. But when he added, say, well, a bit improve your taste for local my God. No. But was that the purpose of that policy or that project? The answer is no. Unim, are there failure? We should be able to admit that this was not the intended consequence. Say na kwakusi. There's the need for us to improve.
Okay.
And into all in all, the government has positives, but there are many negatives.
Okay. All right. Prof, the uncommon no barrier. Now, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Nansen beto daso CEOs ya boarding room and tineni padodo na ewe ni muse Kumasi Asante Kotoko the next CEO Professor Addai Mensah. I mean, you are interested in football?
I am interested in football. Me ball ma Premier College. Me ball Emma Tia Media and me kasa the school team.
School team.
Right.
Okay.
Me ball Emma KNUST. Inter areas I ball. Tata nearby police depot. Me bobi pen. I have been in a football match. Franka Mankwe Jinem, Joe de Brejim, na Kufo, Sami Kufo, and Susu Jinem.
Now, position.
Me boy 11, 10.
Okay.
Now, as I say, I must have you. And to say about footballer. Now, my papa or me served Kotoko, or your Kotoko team manager.
Okay.
At some point, he was responsible for Kotoko under 20.
Biological father.
My biological father, Ochidako. And at some point, Obabe acting CEO
for Kumasi
Asante Kotoko. At the time, I know director of cultural center of Isaac Kwache. Isaac Kwache, Ekoye cultural center, and it was because he was responsible for Omo. Satan Omo Kotoko under 20. Baba Rahman, Isaac Osei. Omunyina na omoye your friend say me papa sebi ni nkwada and he said about footballer minimum football na me play football now the edi kan mahuahua when conversations were had with me say me consider the prospects of becoming the CEO of Komfanoche
Kotoko
of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. There were 3 levels of discussions that were had at different times with people very high up so far as Kotoko setting. Yes. We sat, had discussions. Now, there were a lot of things to consider. I am a through and through academic. And my main trajectory is academia. And the things to consider here, sir, it was going to take me away from academia, totally away from academia. And this is not a job I now with me part-time, a full-time job. And it would take me away from academia. They tossed me, job security. And they said, so okay, Utoado. Utoado had a contract with the Black Stars, or no, a coach there. But the example still suffices. No, a coach for the Black Stars. Now, what happened? Addai Addai as a coach, Addai no new coach I'm young, but I'm not too young. I don't care mentioning my age. I'm 51 years. and 6 months. But what the bitch say?
Enjoy.
And there's a need for me to be able to plan my life. I have 3 kids who are in school more 20 years, 19 years, 15 years. Into the situation where you take up a certain position, na unim say adienche now that's who was say jumana. For any young man in my shoes, it is a consideration.
Okay.
I will say omeke.
Okay.
There toso Mensah, and I think that footwear was here the kotoko supporters, any the various stakeholders. Ya na edidi atemo ewo saa niema num na edo so dodo.
As o consider no so.
Obi be ka kire o say o. Sabi imprediasa. Enkofo o mani so ade. Achiame mokra o mudi o matem. Now this is the kind of skin Achiame has. And the kind of experience they have. Me sabi. Me ni sa skin ni be.
Okay.
And why you careful obe be radio anopano. Ubi angel ye do atemo ho. Pure FM ye do atemo ho. Aha ye do atemo ho. And ni nyina kokosi say e be a team na losing match. They are aware say Nadia na would pitch so able be. And it is not as if they're able to pinpoint a particular executive decision that was taken. Ama saad yene eba.
Okay.
And so seven predecessor.
All right.
Near chung form.
All right.
It is anyway na me consider. Na at the end of the day, I'm sure said discussions no eda so eko. Say nyame pa ebisi. Say nyame pa insi.
Discussion no go so eko so.
Aye.
Say also be the CEO at the Mokumasi Asante Kotoko. Ti ye nyame pa ebisi.
Nyame pa insi.
Prof, yeah, that's
it.